This is part one of making the absolute best sourdough bagels that you've ever had. You're going to start with 250 grams of warm water. I like to have mine around 80 degrees. Next, add in 150 grams of active sourdough starter. If it goes past peak, it's okay, it'll still be happy baking. Next, you're going to add in 24 grams of granulated sugar and mix that together really well. If you don't have a Dutch whisk, you can use a fork. For this recipe, you're going to want to use 500 grams of unbleached bread flour. If you have all-purpose, it's okay, it should be fine. Next, 9 grams of fine sea salt. I did not have sea salt, so I'm using Himalayan salt. Again, it's going to be okay, it's happy baking. Chocolate chip bagels are my favorite, so I'm adding in 100 grams of chocolate chips. After that, you're going to mix the dough together. It can be a little bit tough, so don't be afraid to go in with clean hands and use your hands to mix it up well. One thing I've noticed about this recipe is it definitely is tougher and drier than most bread recipes. Once it's well mixed, cover it with a very damp towel and let it rest for about an hour. After it's rested, you're going to stretch it into a ball. This isn't really stretch and folds, and this is the only time you have to stretch the dough for this recipe. You're just going to work it together until it's in a semi-smooth ball. This usually takes about 15 to 20 seconds. After that's done, cover the bowl with plastic and let it rest until it's doubled, usually about 8 hours, depending on the temperature of your kitchen. See you for part 2.